names because, I mean, who wants to coach in the New York City metropolitan area?
It's an attractive job. It's a Tiffany franchise, whatever value that might have to you that you be, coaching for, a flagship team. There's good talent on hand, depending on how high you are in Jaxson Dart. They have a franchise receiver in Malik Neighbors, a franchise left tackle in Andrew Thomas, and, franchise players along their defensive front. Whether or not you want to coach in New York, I think kind of depends on your personality. And there's some guys that are fits and some guys that aren't. I think they'll look at some college coaches. Like, I think Marcus Freeman, could be somebody that would be, of interest to them because there are Notre Dame connections in that building. And, Marcus has the kind of, the presence that I think they would look for. Lou Anarumo has connections to the organization, was in Miami with Joe Shane, is from your beloved Staten Island.
That's right. Susan Wagner High School. Went to high school with my brother, Jeff Eisen. Yeah, man. Yeah. I went to high school with his sister, Elena.
Mike McCarthy is one that I look at. And if you're looking to stabilize things, I mean, if his worst offense was winning 12 games a year for 3 years in Dallas, like maybe he's somebody that you look at as somebody who can kind of stabilize things for your young quarterback and build a really good staff.
What about Lane Kiffin?
And from an entertainment perspective, there are two names. Okay. Lane and Belichick are the two. Because Bill's obviously got the connections to the organization. He reveres the Giants. He's got a personal relationship with John Mara.
Yep.
I just don't know that they can go down that road. But I think Bill would walk on hot coals to get that job. Lane is interesting because Lane has NFL experience, has been a head coach in a lot of different places, has built a program on his own, has developed quarterbacks, and not just Jaxson Dart. My only question is it a personality fit?
I got one more for you that I'm sure Steeler fans want to know about.
Tomlin?
Yeah.
I haven't heard
I bet.
that
I'm sure not.
There's going to be a trade on the table yet. But I have heard in past years that, teams were going to check in on that. I think there is a reason to believe it could happen now or soon though. And that's that you've got this group of players that they have now that are all older and there is a reset coming. There's going to be a significant retooling that's going to happen. And that's when you ask those big picture questions. If they were running off playoff wins and all that different stuff, and you had a core of guys who are 26, 27, 28 years old, we'd be talking about that differently. That's not where they are.